Tana, did you hear about the new Paisanos deal? More pizza, less dough. Medium, one topping, $5.99. Are you out of your mind?
I'm going to order it right now, buddy. What's the code?
Yes, $5.99 pizza. Hurry up, man. Press send. I'm hungry.
I'm on it, buddy. I'm on it.
Coming up on the Santana Moss Show.
Tana was on the OMG podcast telling all the damn secrets, but you ain't heard that from me. I'm going to mind my business. And we recapped the Eagles game. The fans hated, but the gamblers celebrated. And of course, you know, it's Cowboys week. So who else better to preview the Cowboys than the Cowboy killer himself?
Yes, Lord.
And for taking L's, I'm giving it to a coach who I believed will get whacked before the end of the season.
Oh, Lord.
Plus, Tana and I preview all the games in the NFL. He's probably going to get them right. I'm going to get them wrong. It is what it is at this point.
I barely win anything.
Here's something I know Tana hopes he wins. Sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. Fantasy football. Santana's playing it. Can you believe that?
And the Santana Moss Show starts.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89. Hustle all the time. Travis on the right. Hot mic on the left. Every single week, it's a lyrical fact.
Hold up, Tana.
You ready to go?
I'm giving you my Stevie vibe.
I thought you was Ray over there for a minute.
I got a woman way over town. Santana Moss Show podcast. She give me money.
And I'm in need.
Santana Moss Show podcast. Travis Thomas,
Yeah.
Santana Moss. We're back and crazy as ever.
Hey.
First of all, I want to thank Clinton Yates from ESPN.
That's my dog.
Who was here last week. I texted her. I was like, yo,
That's my dog.
you did your thing.
Yeah.
You know what he hit me back? He said, thank you. Now y'all got to get to my barbershop and do it.
Bingo.
So I was like, bet. I
Yo.
like that you're enterprising.
Clinton always shared with us how much of a fan he was in my days of playing.
Yes.
And so to have a guy that say, "Oh man, you was one of my favorites," and I'm watching. You know, I'm glued to the sports world when it comes to ESPN, NFL Network, you name it. Anything they talking about football, sports on, and to see him all the time. And I've always watched him. Never knew him.
It's good.
Just watched him, and he was always one of those guys that show you that you can be you and do what he's doing.
That's right.
So it was big ups to him for even coming here and being a part of that last week. Just knowing that I don't like asking people for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
And Travis down and Clinton like, I'll fill in. Let's
Yep.
do it. So,
And he did his thing, too.
Man, that's love. Man.
Although I
So,
will say,
appreciate it.
I'm going to start a fan beef with Clinton.
Okay, do that.
Here's the thing. He says you're his favorite Redskin of all time. I respect that. But let me tell you something about being a fan of Santana the player. I go back to number 6 at the U.
Let me find out.
Hello. Matter of fact, if he say, well, I liked him at the U too, I'm going to say, Clinton, I go back to the Chiefs. What you know about that?
Caesar. Same on you.
When you step to. What you been up to? Where you been?
You know what? Things slow down. Once the season hits.
It's football season.
Once the season hits here, man, you don't see me doing too much traveling. But I will say, I'm not sure that I mentioned it last week, but you wasn't here. So
I wasn't
if
here.
I did, I'm going to mention it again. The season opener on Thursday night last week,
Yes.
I was in Catskill, New York.
Oh, I saw that. That was a sports book, was it not?
Sportsbook appearance. I did it with Larry Johnson
I saw those pictures.
and John Starks.
That's crazy.
Two of the coolest dudes
That's
I've ever.
New York
You know what?
royalty.
And it was crazy because little old me played for the Jets for what? 4 years? Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew I was drafted there, and I did put up some great numbers there. Like I tell folks when they have they little things, Google me.
Let them know.
But I did put up some good numbers there, and when I left kind of to the point of saying like, hey, I would want to stay here, but the opportunity of a lifetime is here to get paid again and to go somewhere that I believe coming into this situation wanted me first.
Facts.
So to get a chance to come here, never knew that I was going to be able to call this place home, and it's only right for me to be here because it became home. But those fans in New York really was repping your boy, and I
Of course.
I was in awe just to see the 83 jerseys walking around that casino and the folks that came up and greeted me and was looking forward to me being there and share some of their New York memories and wonder do I still stay in the area? Like one guy was like, do you still stay here? I'm like, after all these years? Unfortunately, no, but I live in the DMV. And was one fan, she from New York, but a big-time Redskin fan. She has Redskin season tickets. I'm mad that I didn't remember her name. I told her I would mention her and her family, but she told me a quote of mine. She said her family lives by this quote, and it was speaking on opportunity. She said they've been a Redskin fan. They also watched me in my New York years, and she was there, and she was like, "Let everyone know here that you're
Redskin.
home is DC."
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, yeah, they can love you, and they can wear the 83s, but we rock 89.
That's right.
But it was love just seeing those folks. And
that's what's up,
the
man.
experience of being around those two basketball players, though, growing up watching Grandmama, John Starks, the dunk.
Yes.
They was funny. They was hilarious. They was down to earth. So we exchanged numbers. I told him I'm going to have to lean on those guys to come be on the show.
Bro, you got to get that. John Starks dunked on two of the greatest players of all time at the same damn time.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. LJ, don't even get me started with his joint Grandmama. And then you said you were in Catskill?
Yeah, Catskill.
That's where Mike Tyson
never
came up.
Never knew. Every time I spoke about Catskill, the first thing that came up was like, oh, that's Mike Tyson's hometown.
Yeah.
So never knew that he was from that area. They said there's nothing out there but the casino and one shopping plaza. But and I had a good time, man. It was great. It was great being in that environment, and that was the kickoff the NFL 2019 season.
Did you bet when you was there?
I did, and I didn't win.
God damn, why you ain't hit me? I would have got you a winner.
Yeah, I bet on that particular game.
Oh, you bet that night game?
Yeah, on that particular
So, I would have got you a loser. Because I bet on the Bears.
Chicago.
Yeah,
everyone's going to bet Chicago. Who would have thought they going to come out there and lay an egg like that?
I mean, Mitch Trubisky looked like a JV quarterback that night. Now, I also want to ask you, because I heard you did a little something here at Podcast Village.
Shout outs to Angie and Brittany. They had me on the OMG show.
Oh, Lord.
And it was OMG.
Them girls crazy.
Oh my God, it was OMG.
They
oh my
crazy.
God.
They
oh
crazy.
my God. Yeah, no, it was fun.
They had you drinking, didn't they? You was drinking, wasn't you?
Yeah, I had a little what you call it? Rosé drink. What do you
Angie
call it?
and Brittany, y'all stop that shit.
Because
I watch your show. You always got people on that Bel Air.
They had me, on Bel Air.
Bel Air. Y'all stop that shit. Y'all setting people up. You get them all liquored up, and then they tell you all their life secrets.
Hey, I walked into here and heard their interview before mine's and got frightened. I was looking for drinks. Hey, check this out. Let me get a drink right now, please, because I have to have their energy. Whatever's going on in that room right now.
They're wild.
I need to be on that. Angie's out of control.
They're wild, bro. Both of them.
Shout out to Angie's husband, because if she's like that at work, I can only imagine what she's like home. So shout out to Angie's husband, because she said she's a firecracker, and she was definitely a firecracker.
No doubt about it. All right, let's get into the Skins. They took an L against the Eagles. I thought they fought hard, though, Tanner, to be honest with you. Your overall thoughts from that performance?
Overall thoughts. Coming into the game, I was already like, here we go again. When I heard the whole thing about AP not playing, it was like deja vu with me, my first year and my last year here playing, my first year under Jay Gruden, to be a healthy scratch. No one anticipated it, and then when it happened, it happened. The only thing that was different from mine, AP knew about this coming into the game. I didn't know until game day. To see them explode and go out there and take over the first half like that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go ahead and shut my mouth, zip it up, and watch this game. And then the second half showed me that they were the Skins of old. They didn't make adjustments well. Defensively, they disappeared. And one of the things I hate about our game is that most teams, good teams, they take away the guys that could beat you. One of the things I hate about the Redskins of watching them as a fan, because when I played, this probably went on as well, they never seem to take away the guy who's the threat. Deshaun Jackson, as long as he can run the way he's been running for the last few years, he's one of those guys that you got to always respect him as a Randy Moss, Jerry Rice type receiver, regardless, because he puts up the number. To me, a down Deshaun Jackson year is whoever's the quarterback. If he doesn't have a great quarterback, then he's going to have a down year. That's the only time he's not a threat, when his quarterback is to be questioned. And so you come into the game knowing this guy could beat you, and you don't give him the attention that he needs. It's disrespectful, and that's why he disrespected us. And he went out there and did what he did. So I hated to see what happened right before the half with him scoring, and then the second half they made us pay for it again. And to me, I think you have to blame the coaches when it comes to the whole outcome of the game because, yeah, the players have to play, but you put them in a better situation. Stop the guy that can beat you.
Well, more on the coaches coming up, okay? How's that for a tease? But I want to look ahead to the Cowboys because we have the Cowboy Killer himself. This is Cowboys week, and usually there's a lot of excitement among the fans. I don't know if it's because
I haven't heard nothing yet.
I haven't heard a peep.
It's
now,
Thursday right now.
But here's the thing, right? Is it because is it too early in the season to create buzz, or is it because we all think the Redskins are going to get their ass beat because the Cowboys looked fantastic week one? I go into this game, this is just me, Tana. This feels like the Case Keenum game to me. Here's why. Okay, the AP drama that you alluded to, that's over now. Geis is hurt, AP's the man. If I'm Dallas, and they have a good defense, I'm coming in and I'm saying, listen, Adrian Peterson's not going to beat us. He beat us forever with the Vikings. He's played well as a Redskin against us. We're shutting his ass down. Case Keenum has to beat us. Now, here's my thing. Case Keenum looked fantastic to me against the Eagles. I don't blame him at all for the second half stuff.
At all. He had a lot of drop balls.
Absolutely. Terry McLaurin looks like a real player in this league. And do we know, is Jordan Reed playing? Do we know anything yet?
I think that's a key factor.
I'm going to assume Jordan Reed plays, right? This feels Case Keenum, he has to beat the Cowboys. Am I crazy?
Not crazy. And it's crazy because me and a friend of mine, one of my betting friends, and I say I'm taking the Cowboys when it comes to just the betting, bet-wise. I'm going to take the 5.5. And you say, Tanner, Adrian Peterson is in the backfield. It's going to be a different ball game. He say those carries that we didn't get out of our running backs last week, AP will make something out of nothing. And I'm like, you're right, because I saw him do that last year, and I saw him do that his whole career. I want to believe that, but I'm going to bet against us just because I want them to prove me wrong. Right. And the Cowboys defense coming into the season, we knew it was elite. They was elite last year. I thought coming into the season that the Eagles was the Super Bowl champs. They was going to end up being a Super Bowl contender. Still, I think they have a chance. First game, you can't really judge it. You can't never judge a team off a week one performance. Second half, they showed us that they can make adjustments and be the team that I thought they could be. If the Cowboys play better than the Eagles played the first half, if they play that way like they played last week throughout the entire game, we're in trouble. But I do believe if we can establish the run and can be balanced throughout the game, because Case Keenum, like I said before, I feel he can make any throw, and if you give him a clean enough pocket, he can make it happen. So if they can have a clean pocket, that left side of the offensive line impressed me. I didn't think Flowers can do it. I saw a play where Flowers let his man go off to Chase and then went back and double back and said, hey, Penn, you need some help? Let me give him this guy the boom.
Yeah.
Just to see those guys work as well as they work, I was scratching my head about what happened to the right side.
Morgan Moses.
Yeah, Morgan Moses.
He had a terrible game.
He had problems with what he had problems with since he's been a Redskin, jumping offside and holding, and you can't do that. I mean, one of the things I've always spoke on being a veteran is handling your responsibilities at your position. As a receiver, the coach always, they drilled us about knowing where to line up,
right,
being on sides, and handling out your part of the play. Like, whatever you have to do, you do it well. Even if you're not in the passing, scheme of things, go out there and handle your job.
Do your job.
Be a great decoy if you have to be. Block the guy that you have to block. Do your assignment. As a veteran in this game, that's how you win, when everyone's doing their assignment. You don't have to be elite. Just do your part. And your part should be able to hold up for anybody else that's trying to make a play or whose number called. Can't have that for Morgan. We can't have him not doing his part. And I understand because I watch the guys that's rushing and they like they wait over yonder, and he's trying to get a jump on it sometime and trying to make sure he beat him to the punch. But you got to be sound, and you're the veteran right now. Trent's not there. You're the guy.
What's he going to do with DeMarcus Lawrence and them?
I'm saying. So that's one of the reasons why I would take the spread. I'm gonna take the Cowboys because I feel like defensively alone, we already know what their offensive line can do. You know, football is won in the trenches, so we have to beat these guys in the trenches. Our D-line didn't get home at all against Carson last week, and probably because of Allen.
He's not going to play, I don't think.
He's still questionable right now.
Yeah, I think with his injury, I think he misses this game. He might miss a couple.
So he missed this game, and when he got out of the game last week, those guys couldn't do nothing without him.
No, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. So, defensively, our rush was what we was relying on.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why the secondary was going through what they went through with D-Jack. So what you think they're going to go through this week with Amari?
Right. No, it's
one
true.
of those things,
Oh, God, I hate the Cowboys. God damn, I hate you.
You and me both.
Cowboys fans, here's how – listen, man. Let me tell you how Cowboys fans are. I guarantee you, as much hate as they have for the Redskins, they watch this show. There are Cowboys fans that watch this show. You know how I know? I have friends that are Cowboys fans. And if you weren't my friend, I'd punch you in the face, okay? You watch this show. And I know damn well y'all going to be laughing this week. And I know it's going to be all kinds of Cowboys paraphernalia.
Eckler's going to come out.
In FedEx Field.
Okay.
I just want y'all to know I am sick of your ass. And even though I think you're going to the Super Bowl, I hope y'all lose. Tana, I'm going to do something different this week. I'm moving Taking L's up into the show, all up in it. I'm giving Jay Gruden the Taking L. Here's why. Just like I'm sick and tired of Cowboys fans, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of Jay Gruden's ass not making the necessary adjustments at halftime. How long do we have to deal with this during this man's tenure as Redskins coach? 35, 45, and 1 overall. He is 10 games under 500 overall.
Lord.
Oh, Lord is right.
Oh, Lord.
And how much of those damn 45 losses came at the hands of not being able to adjust at halftime? Tana, come on, man.
I would jump in that cab and go with you. Taking L's, I would say Jay Gruden gets a fat L. Not for your reason. Not for what you expressed just a minute ago. I'm going to say coming into the game, he took an L by not dressing AP.
Oh, true.
One of the things I expressed on the pregame show at NBC kickoff show for the Redskins on Sunday that I wouldn't heavily rely on the young guy to be the starter in his first regular season NFL game. This guy had missed a whole year off an ACL injury that he experienced his first preseason game of his rookie season.
Right.
And now he is, a year later, you rely and put him in the game for the entire game. And he only had 10 carries, but still he had to go out there every down, even when he wasn't carrying the ball, and carry that load. It's Jay Gruden knows and understands that the way we play in the preseason is totally different from how we play in the regular season. Week 1, those emotions and everything, that adrenaline, all that stuff is riding high.
Facts.
So for you to throw that guy out there, throw that kid out there in that situation, and now he's hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt. I don't know what happened to him or what got him hurt, and you can't blame the coach for him being hurt.
Yes, you can.
But you can blame Jay Gruden for allowing him to be out there more than he should have been out there.
That's right.
I think with a healthy AP, you put AP in the game first and say, hey, let me allow this guy, Geis, to get a little dose of the real NFL football, but a dose of it. And every week I will give him more of a dose until I get him to the point to where I say, you know what, AP, the year you had last year is not, going the same this year, so we'll phase you out and allow him to be the guy.
That's right.
Be the focal point. So to put everything on his back, and now he's sitting on the shelf again, that L to the coach.
No, I'm with you. Look, I'll take it a step further. I don't even think they should have phased him out.
Yeah.
When I look at this offense, Santana Moss, I mean, why not run every damn body? I would run AP, Geis, Thompson. I'd run everybody. Everybody. Because you don't have threats on the outside. I love McLaurin. He's great. I know you like Paul Richardson. He's cool. Case Keenum's okay, fine. Run the damn ball. Play time of possession. Don't turn the ball over and play slobber knocker defense. I think to me, that's the recipe for Redskins' success this season. It's just a shame that I see that, and certain fans see that, and certain people of the media see that, but the goddamn coach can't see that.
Well, first down is key for these guys. So they have to establish some kind of production on first down, because when they're not producing on first down, then it causes them to sit back there and be pass happy. You know, so that's one of the things that stood out last week, that they wasn't efficient enough on first down half of the time, and then that caused them to be in one of those pass happy games. And in the second half, you think about it, Case was still lighting these guys up right after D-Jack scored his second touchdown, and then he had dropped balls. So, you know, you can't rely heavily on the young receiver core, because they're still young, and even if they make those plays like Terry did last week, you have to know that these guys can, you know, be in a situation that they was in last week in the second half, where they have some miscues, and it kind of was one of those domino effects that trickled down.
No, it's no doubt. All right, Tana. Time to predict week 2. Here we go. We're going rapid fire. San Fran at Cincy. Who do you like? I'm going Niners.
I like Niners. Niners look good last week.
I'm going to circle on mine just to keep track. Los Angeles Chargers. I still want to call them San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers at Detroit. Who do you like?
No brainer, Chargers.
No brainer, Tana says. I'm with them. Although I like Detroit to cover that number. Minnesota at Green Bay. Who do you like?
Minnesota's pretty tough this year, man. Defensively, they're going to win this game. Kirk Cousins don't have to throw the ball as much because that boy Cook is cooking up something.
Can
in the
you tell
backfield.
that quick? He's from, like, literally your neighborhood.
From Miami.
Right?
I grew up with his mom.
It's crazy.
And we ran track together through our years of summer track. And then when we got to high school, she went to Central. I went to Carroll City. Central's in Liberty City, a little more in Liberty City. Carroll City's in Carroll City. But no, her whole little bunch are all stars. His brother that's in Georgia's ball, and they have another brother out there in high school, I believe, too. So they got a good tree.
You're going Minnesota, aren't you?
I'm going Minnesota. Defense alone, they can win the game.
I'm going Green Bay. That defense made me a believer. I'm not betting against them again until they lose. All right, Tana, Colts at Tennessee. Who do you like?
I'm going to go Tennessee. Tennessee looked pretty strong week 1, and I think defensively they got a couple of guys that I like, so I go Tennessee.
I'm going to shock you here. The Titans, I bet on them a lot last season, and I kind of, because I bet on them, I figured them out. It would be so Titans to lose this game. They win that big game. They look great. They beat the hell out of the Browns, a team that had all the hype, and then they would lay a dud at home.
This week, yeah.
Yep. I'll go Colts on that one. New England at Miami. New England, right?
Even though Miami is tough, playing New England, not this year.
Not this year. That's an 18-point spread. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Buffalo at New York. I'm going Bills.
Bills. Bills Mafia.
You're with the Bills Mafia? Me too. Seattle at Pittsburgh. Who do you like? That's a tough one, right?
Tough one, but I'm going to go Seattle. Pittsburgh.
You are?
Pittsburgh look like Big Ben going to be at the door mid-season. He going to be I'm hanging my cleats up.
Hell no. I'm going Pittsburgh. I think they have to. That is, I hate to be cliche media guy, right? That is must win in week 2. Like Pittsburgh has to win that game. You can't go down 0-2 to start the season.
Right.
Dallas at Washington. I know where you're going there. Both of us.
On Dallas.
God, I just want to jump out. I want to jump off a bridge.
I would say a lot more than just saying what I'm saying, so I'm going to say I'm going to keep it short.
So we'll move on. Arizona at Baltimore. Be more.
I'll be more. Defensively.
Same.
Defensive game.
Jacksonville at Houston. I'm going Houston on that one. Close game, though.
I'm going Houston. You say close game?
I think so. I think Gardner Minshew can play.
Yeah, he probably can, but Watson, man, that was phenomenal the other night.
You know what, though?
Yeah,
they can't protect
took a lot
him.
Of hits. He took a lot
and
of
Jacksonville
hits.
has a pass rush. That's a game I'd bet on. I bet you Jacksonville will cover that spread. I'm going Houston, but I bet that'll be a closer game than you think. Division 2?
What is the spread?
9.
Oh, yeah, I see it. 9.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
They'll probably cover that. I think Houston will win.
They'll cover 9.
So we're both taking Houston there. Kansas City at Oakland. Oakland look good, Tana.
Oakland looked great. Kansas City offense. I'm going Kansas City. offensively alone, man.
I want to go upset special here, but I can't. I'm going KC, Oakland to cover. 7 is that number. Chicago at Denver. Denver looked awful, bro.
Denver looked awful. Chicago looked awful. So the test of two awful teams, I will go Denver.
Really?
I'm going Denver.
I'm going Chicago. I think they need it more. In a division with Green Bay and Minnesota, you can't go 0-2. You're done. That team won, 11, 12 games last year? I think Chicago wins that. New Orleans at Rams. Rematch of the NFC title game.
New Orleans going to win this one because they should have won the other one.
All right, I'll go Rams at home. I think they're a better team, and they looked better in week 1. Eagles at Falcons for the Sunday Nighter.
I say Falcons going 0-2 to start the season. Eagles.
I'm going Falcons at home. Browns at Jets, Monday Nighter.
Browns at Jets. And the Browns could go 0-2. Jets win that one. Well, with a healthy Le'Veon. I don't know what Le'Veon got
He's
going
healthy.
on. Well, he had a left shoulder.
Fine.
He's getting an MRI this week. So
he's fine. I'm going Jets. You're going Jets?
No.
You just came from there.
Yeah,
you got to go.
Going Jets.
All right, I'm going Jets.
I like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's one of my fantasy quarterbacks. So
he is? How'd you do week 1?
I'm not sure if I'm starting. I didn't do well. I lost to my kicker gave me no points. And my kicker fucking kicks.
What team
I
is he on?
I picked the damn Falcons kicker.
He didn't do Matt Bryant?
Yeah, he didn't.
They didn't score, really.
They didn't score. I should have took fucking I got a backup kicker. I got the damn Redskins kicker. I'm a backup kicker.
No, you did right by starting him because that offense.
Man, I just knew they was gonna light it up with him and he could kick extra points for the rest of the game. And
see, this is what's wrong with fantasy sports is that kickers can determine anything. Kickers shouldn't even have rights. How's that sound? Put that in your pipe and smoke it in a football season. Kickers shouldn't even have rights. Can we hashtag that? No rights for kickers.
Kickers getting big money these days.
Yeah, it's pretty. I actually may get my son into kicking.
I bought Vinatieri first week.
Oh, he looked old, right? Washed up.
On his age. Father Time is
Larry Holmes, flabby and sick.
Come on, that boy.
Hey, Father Time and something else that we're not going to talk about because this is a family show is undefeated. Never lost.
Never lost.
You know who else never lost? The Santana Moss Show podcast. It's good that. Do you see how we don't be together for like a few weeks? We come back and it's
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Bye, everyone.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89, hustle all the time. Travis on the right, hot mic on the left. Every single week, it's a lyrical.